Hello everyone. Today is Saturday, May 31st, 2025 at 12:23 a.m. in the morning. So I'm not live streaming at the moment. I'm just going to do a regular video because it's pretty late at night and it's quiet up in here. So, excuse me. I'm just gonna do a regular video because I don't want the stalkers to trigger me. So, and I'm doing my video in the dark because y'all know why. But so y'all know what my face looks like. So I just woke up, but I'm gonna go back to try to get me some more sleep. So yesterday, I mean, excuse me, after the live, I meant to say, after the last video that I did, it took a while. Um, well, the last video publicized, it took longer than the video before that. So the little, I guess, 15-minute and something video at the library, I did that after the one I did in the middle, well, super early in the morning. The video of me trying to talk about, the stalking cult on YouTube, and I thought I mean, and I meant I would like to do a blog version of that topic as well. Maybe, maybe not, but I'm thinking about it. So, well, it's like, well, um, since the last video, the last two video uploads, what has happened was that I ran out of storage space on like some of my files, so I needed to transfer them from online to the it's been like about a year maybe. So I transferred them from online to the flash drive. Excuse me, on my computer. Sorry, on the library computers. I don't have a computer at the moment. I was trying to say the library computers. Um, so I didn't get to complete or finish, um, transferring files. And I was trying to fight to stay, because I had no sleep the night before, and I was trying to fight to stay awake, and I was kept like having micro sleeps or dozing off, trying to fight to stay awake, you know, from being so sleep deprived while I was trying to let the files, transfer. And so I, wow, this is gonna be like a project, for me to have to do. But of course, I've done this many times before, but it's just that it's been like over about a year or maybe longer than a year. I think it has been longer than a year since I've transferred my files and stuff. You know, so but so I was able to partially get. I felt, it felt like torture with my body needing to get sleep, and then me trying to force myself to fight to stay awake. Well, I had to deal with that numerous times, you know. So, um, so then, it's like, you know, I got part of, I accomplished getting part of the files transferred, excuse me, and I cannot, I mean, it was very complicated to try to get a free notary for the letter. It's like that with the jail and court situation, for the fact that fake Darnisha, fake Darnell illegally swatted me, and I'm forced to have to suffer and have to pay all these unnecessary fees and go to court and do this and do that, and now I have to find a way. I had to set aside money from, because I have never, like one time I forgot what document it was. I was in Pensacola, and there was some church in downtown Pensacola where I was able to go to a church to get a letter notarized for free, and I forgot what it was pertaining to. But you know, the letter from the library, the fake public offender, um, is narcissistically fake, demanding that I get it notarized. And the online stalkers are trying to say, "Oh, Candy's gonna have to get that notarized and this and that, whatever." It's like, how the hell y'all push the idea for me to you know, be illegally swatted and go to jail, and now y'all pretend that y'all fake helping me. Um, they it's like they're the ones who plotted to set me up to get illegally swatted and wrongfully arrested and thrown in jail, and now they pretend that they want to pretend to be a fake savior, or pretend to fake rescue me, or giving me advice on how to deal with, you know, a lot of people say that a psychopath would do something like um make you spill your milk, or they will spill your milk and then teach you how to clean it up. You know, something like that. I forgot what that figurative or speech. I mean, figurative fr- phrase or something like that. Oh, I think they said that a narcissist will steal your wallet and then try to help you go look for it. Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Um, so, but oh man, excuse me. So, I so it's like the stalkers that, you know, they're coercing me to suffer homelessness and trying to end my life and trying to find ways to covertly murder me, and you know, try to force me to stop living and surviving. But then at the same time, they want to try to dish out narcissistic, unsolicited advice on how to deal with being homeless. It's like, how you gonna give me homeless advice and you never been homeless before? You never a day in your life tasted homelessness. Always had a place to, always owned your own house. So someone who's never been homeless, that's like someone who's never been married but trying to give marriage advice, or someone who has never been a victim of the mental health system and try to tell you, oh, the medications work great. Well, how can you tell what works great if you never took a pill a day in your life? So, but so I mean, so it's like it's very frustrating. Why don't the stalkers back off and get out of my life, mind their business, and leave me alone? And yet they keep on talking about Candy having such and such bad character with this, and they trying to talk about that they hope I get diabetes every day. And the stalkers, like the fake Mark Russell perp, I don't know where he gets that from, lied and said that, oh, Candy has been kicked out of plenty of restaurants because of foul odor. And that's not true. Um, Nobody has really, I mean, unless, I mean, nobody has ever really kicked me out of a restaurant or whatever just because, oh, she smells bad. And like, one time they had the place called Doghouse Deli in Pensacola. They had some really, really, really good breakfast food downtown. The food was really good, but they used to perp me really, really bad. But the gang stalking cult network prevented me from getting housing. I'm sorry. They prevented me from getting a hotel room for 3 whole weeks. That nobody came through to help me with a hotel for 3 weeks. And I was forced to have to suffer on the streets for 3 weeks. And me being wrongfully banned from the downtown YMCA in Pensacola and stuff. And and it was during that time of, well, it was 2021. And um and like I that was the longest in my life that I ever got to, I mean, that I ever was forced to have to go without showering. That I did not get to have a shower, and I'm like, I can't believe this. They won't even give me a chance. I mean, they're blocking me from even getting to have a shower. So eventually, yeah, I had to go 3 weeks without a shower. And one lady, she did not kick me out or ban me. She just pulled me to the side. But like, I mean, an abusive narc will try to tell you, oh, you stink or whatever. Like as if I don't know. Well, if I haven't got to have a shower for 3 weeks, of course I know I stink. But if I didn't get hotel room, I had no place or no opportunity that I could go swimming. I'm sorry. Ooh, that's my sleep deprivation talking. That I could go take a shower. So the stalkers must be stalking and watching old videos of mine to think that they know my whole life. And they lie, manipulate, and twist everything maliciously and intentionally just to make me look bad. Like, and like addressing the video that I did, um, I'm gonna say yesterday early in the morning. Um, yeah, that's what I said. The stalkers will try to say things to turn my supporters against me. And then they'll be like, oh, well, watch Candy be calling you a perp and watch she talk bad about you and watch she do this and watch she do that. I'm like, well, if y'all brainwashed and gotten someone's head enough to, and you keep harassing them until they start, and it's like you continue to harass, and it's like bombard that one person, and it's like what, and the same thing happened to some of them. Like if and that's how people join this YouTube cult, like cult campaign against me, because they will try to stalk, follow, harass, and attack any of my supporters. And as long as if my supporters are not stupid to fall for their lies, they will continue to devour and bully and attack and try to put down and shame the person being supportive of me. Like, and then, um, and then after, I mean, they will continue to harass and attack that person until they succeed at getting that person to betray me. All the while, and say all the whole while that they say, "Well, watch, Candy's gonna betray you," or "Watch, Candy's gonna do that." I don't go around betraying people, but me being targeted, I'm always got to deal with somebody that went out, realized, oh, they're a perp for XYZ reason, or this person or that person, whoever, come to find out wasn't really genuine. I'm saying generally speaking, I and throughout my life pretty much. But I mean, but it's like I'm the one who's always being betrayed. But then after I found out someone would be a perp or a fake friend or whatever, um, you know, generally speaking, um, then they would have their fake smear campaign and pretend that they were the ones betrayed by me or screwed over by me. I don't go around taking advantage of and screwing over people. And the gang stalkers pretty much come in, I'll say almost all ages, because of course, babies are too young to actually gang stalk, but the parents train them from young to become perps. And they have had people in the targeted individual community. Some people say in the Masonic lodges that they would train kids as young as 8. Other people say that they would train kids as young as 3, or they would train kids for, I mean, as long as they could start walking and talking, they train the kids how to perp. Kids and babies. And, you know, it's not the child's fault, because if a child is 6 months old, um, they don't really have many things that they can do. So for me to say that the parent dressed the baby up in perp clothes, perp clothing, perp gang stalking colors, you know, they will lie. The stalkers will lie and say, "Well, Candy Candy said that a 6 month old baby was perping her," when I did not say that the baby was perping. I said the parents dressed the babies up in perp clothes. With the middle, so, and then they use their kids even to participate. Like if the child is older, like 6 years old, the perp parents would train the kids, how to participate like in street theater and do this and that or whatever, or they would train the kids how to be extra disrespectful towards the target, while everybody else was talking about, oh, respect your elders and everything. So yeah, the online stalkers, they will attack and devour and bully you and stalk and harass you until you cave in, and they will cuss you out and threaten you and make death threats and be like, yeah, I'm gonna find out where you work at, and I'm gonna find out this about you, and I'm gonna do this to you, and I'm gonna do that to you. And then till they spook, until they make that person spooked. So this YouTube cult is dangerous both physically and spiritually. That this YouTube cult is stealing souls. Or they're trying to make people lose their souls. And it's like, you want someone to sell their soul to the devil and then turn around and hate me? Because And then they want to talk like they know the Bible better than you do, and then they be like, oh, since you know the Bible so much, why come you don't know whatever, or they'll try to talk about the Bible says you're not supposed to do this, and the Bible says you're not supposed to do that. How can you tell anyone what the Bible says when you're working for the devil and you know you're evil? And then you point out what you think is someone else's flaws and say that, like the stalkers have been lately saying that I deserve diabetes and stuff, and they would do stuff like, oh, Candy eats dessert every meal and this and that, whatever. Not every meal, and not I don't even most days I'll eat dessert, and it might be like cheap like cookies or something, but I don't even get to eat like cake or like or it's like or cheesecake or pie or something, and if I do, it's like $3 most of the time. But on rare occasions would I have something like a cake slice that's like $8.99, along with my meal, but that's rare. Certain small amount of restaurants you could go to that you could get a free ice cream cone um during your meal. In the same way, like with Texas Roadhouse, you get free peanuts and free bread. Or Five Guys give you free peanuts, or you go to a Mexican restaurant and they will give you free chips and salsa. Well, they have certain restaurants that will give you like free ice cream at the end of your meal. Well, you can take it at the beginning, but most people eat dessert after. But some people will eat dessert before they did the dinner or whatever. But it's like no one calls the homeless druggies that take the money and do drugs with it. Nobody says that they're scammers and frauds. I was homeless in downtown Pensacola. No, that was an area that was by North Ninth Avenue and Cervantes Street or Cervantes. And they had these homeless people rubbing it in my face and bragging that they panhandle $200 a day and go get drugs with it. Well, on average, like panhandling on the streets, most days I get nothing. Excuse me, but I don't ask for money I don't panhandle every single day. Like panhandling on the streets, I don't even do it online every single day, but I do more online than in person. But it's like necessary for survival because they're blocking me from employment, being targeted and stuff. And the same ones targeting me, uh, they are attacking me and falsely accusing me of lying when they're the ones doing the targeting and sex trafficking. So yeah, um, excuse me, the online YouTube cult that my twin sister is leading, they will try to get in. They find out I have a new supporter or a new friend, and then get in that person's head with lies. And if the person is wise enough to not listen to their lies and stuff, they will attack and harass that person for probably months on end until they succeed at getting that person to cave in and sell their soul and join their cult and go against me. But yeah, they gotta sell their soul first and join the cult and then become a new flying monkey, an additional flying monkey. Like I'm just one person, and then the stalk for me to have like a small handful of supporters. The stalkers lie and say that I have my own cult following, and then lie and say that I stay in hotels and that I'm always in hotels. It's like, well, if you saw the videos from last night, I have proof that I was on the streets. Thursday night. And I don't get to eat good every day. I don't. Not every day, And as I said, if I get to eat at such expensive, fancy 5-star restaurants all day, every day, well, how come I can't afford to get lamb chops and frog legs? You know, and the stalkers lie and say that my meals are over $15 every meal. I said that I try to make them under 15 every meal. And I don't even get to eat lunch. You stalkers illegally got your way that I don't even get to eat lunch most days. But they want to talk about me deserving diabetes and me being fat and me deserving to drop dead of heart attacks, or me deserving health problems, and me being fat and greedy. But while they applaud my twin sister when she cooks and eats, and she is the one who, she got that from the foster mom, because the foster mom's abuse. The foster mom used to see me eating a bowl of cereal, and I was much skinnier than during my teenage years. And, every once in a while, people would call my twin sister fat and greedy too. Or that a lot of people have been saying that she's greedier than what people would perceive of me to be. Like, I heard it's not uncommon, to deal with eating disorders, whether you overeat or undereat, as a result of narcissistic abuse and cults as a way to cope. Y'all ought to be happy that I'm not on drugs. But the stalkers still falsely accuse me of being doing crystal meth and all that. And I don't even know what crystal meth looks like. They falsely accuse me of doing drugs. Like, wow, these are bizarre, like the stuff that internet strangers lie and say about you. And some more lies to clear up is that my twin sister lied and said that, like, when I told about that the fake cult leader Robert Harris, that when I called him and that my twin sister gave me his number and encouraged me to call him, and he said, I know exactly who you are. You are a satanic spirit. You are a demon in a body. You have nothing to say to me. And then the fake perp Kimberly Harper helped her lie. They lie and said, oh, that man, the reason why that man called Candy a demon is because she cursed him out. Like, neither one of them were there to hear the phone conversation. That man, the cult leader, told me that I was a satanic spirit and a demon in the body, and that he knows exactly who I am, and then hung up in my face. That he has nothing to say to me, and then he hung up in my face. And that's when I realized, well, how could a Holy Spirit figure be like that or whatever? But I didn't know about narcissistic abuse at that time, because he damn sure was a fucking narc. That fake, and my twin sister said herself over the phone that certain people speculate that Robert Edward Harris from the fake IDMR cult, one of the leaders, that, well, I heard he's deceased, and I heard that when he passed away, the cult members went nuts when he passed away. But he won't resurrect like Jesus. And fake Henry Clifford Kinley will not resurrect like Jesus. It's been more than 3 days and they're still physically dead. They're still dead. They did not resurrect after the third day, and then was seen on the earth for 40 days and 40 nights, and then ascended into heaven to sit on the right hand of God and be alive like Jesus. and I would take Jesus over Kenley or Harris any freaking day. And my twin sister had been. I've seen earlier today that she had been trolling me lately, trolling and mocking and making fun of me, and harassing me about Aaliyah, harassing me with Krusty the Clown, and harassing me with this and harassing me with that. Excuse me. Trying to mock and discredit my targeting. Um, and while she can talk about when people attack her, she could talk about people being obsessed, but then she's obsessed and bullying and stalking me, and has like hundreds of people to come against me. I don't have hundreds of people to go, and I don't even send people over there. Y'all have seen me in my live streams where people be like, and I know they want to be messy, and I'm like, well, I'm not sending people over to my twin sister's YouTube channel, you know, and they have people who just don't give a damn. They don't care. So, but I'll be back. I have to go pee. All right, I'm back. So, of course, as usual, I lost my train of thought or forgot what I was just talking about. When I just took my bathroom break, I had to go pee. So, um, well, excuse me. I'm not even like I feel bad because like I don't want to be in a predicament where I'm arguing with and feuding with people. And they have the online stalkers that have not said anything to or about me. And they're so mad at the interviews that they're coming against me and attacking me. And they have people who I've never seen before and that I don't know that are coming after and attacking me. Um, and I'm your enemy for no reason at all. Like, and then they try to falsely lie and say Candy attacks elderly, and oh, you ought to see how, and they be very gossipy with it. They talk about, oh, you ought to see how Candy cussed that elderly lady out, or she cussed out a child, she yelled at a child, or she did this, she did that. Those be perps. Excuse me. Those are perps, not just ordinary regular people. And yeah, I mean, for me to be in Pensacola, Florida, and deal with a perp that's 88 years old and illegally driving a red freaking a red Ford Escape in one headlight and arm out the window, tinted windows, trying to run over me with their car, and you freaking old and trying to run over me on purpose, you know. And sometimes if I would be just minding my business, walking to the store or something, and then a perp try to run over me with their car, and then I'm like, hold on, let me get my phone camera and start filming and recording, because they're trying to attempted murder, you know. And so then if I confront them, people be like, oh, well, Candy the one who started this argument. Well, y'all don't know what happened off camera before the argument started. But why would I just walk up to a complete stranger and be like, hey, why'd you try to hit me with your car? You know, so it was yesterday or the day before, perps kept trying to hit me with their cars and stuff on purpose. So, but but yeah, I do not want to be arguing and feuding with people. I would like to have my peace. And I felt angry at myself for you know, for me to it's like for me to be going back and forth arguing with the stalkers in the comments, or me straightening out their intentional and blatant lies against me, you know. And they had a black guy in the comments talking about that, oh, I don't really care for this person, meaning that he doesn't care for me, like he doesn't, like making it like as if he really don't like me, you know. But I realized I had already had him blocked. And then fake Darnisha, fake Darnell, it was either him or the fake Ling Ling perp. They lied on me and said that I was stalking and harassing Aaliyah, and that her brother had to put a restraining order on me. First of all, how can I stalk? How could I stalk a dead person or harass a dead person? And then they lied and said that I never, like, Aaliyah's brother, I never met him in person. And then they weaponized the idea of because my twin sister's projecting her homosexuality onto me. And as I said, ever since she's been stalking and harassing me lately, for the past week or two, I've been seeing almost every day, on the days I have to be on the streets, almost every day, seeing perps illegally perping with an Aaliyah t-shirt. But I'm forbidden to utter Aaliyah's name, forbidden and not allowed. Because I believe that behind closed doors, the reason why Aaliyah's brother blocked me on Twitter, because my twin sister most likely secretly made a fake Twitter profile and slandered me to him. And that's probably the real reason why he blocked me. You know, but that was way back in 2010. Because Rashad, Aaliyah's brother, he used to love me. But it didn't last long. Soon as she found out and got jealous, our Twitter conversations, we used to have fun. And no, it wasn't sexual. I mean, he used to have fun with a lot of us fans, you know, talking, you know. And he didn't have a lot of followers then, you know. But he used to have fun with us, you know, with conversing and chatting with us and everything, you know. Um, but I did not know that Rashad is a narc himself, and that he's satanic and he sold his soul to the devil. So after finding out the truth, I wouldn't fuck with him anyway. You know, so, and he was his own cult leader on Twitter. He had his own cult following on Twitter. You know, I didn't know about cults back then. So, but but the fact that I didn't know all that stuff about the Illuminati and all that, and what really happened to Ali and all that, I mean, I wish I could reach out and give a heartfelt apology, you know, and I tried, I did, but I got ignored. Like, but and then I just backed away, you know. I tried to make amends, but because they're celebrities or whatever, or related to celebrities, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't really care, you know. But I mean, the stalkers are so upset now that they're digging for old videos about me and digging up and whatever dirt that they think that they could find on me. Um, or if they can't find any, they'll just make up shit, you know. And they're digging up videos from like 2020 on my other channels to weaponize against me. Like, they are stalking hard. Where do you have the time to work a job when you're stalking me all day every day? I'm homeless, and I even have things to freaking do, you know. I don't have spare time in my life to stalk someone, and to be fixated on one person who ain't even, I'm not even a celebrity. I'm not rich or famous. you know. Um, so so enough of that for now because I'm tired. I need to vent and talk more, but I'm hoping y'all can understand what I was saying about when I was saying I have more I need to say, but I'm gonna just not say as much for the next few hours because I'm still tired. Um, but yeah, I was saying that the stalkers are trying to brainwash and getting a new supporter's head and trying to brainwash them against me. And then they try to say all these nasty things about me and try to smear campaign and lie and gossip and slander and make it like as if Candy has bad character or Candy's the worst human being. She's a bad person, this and that, whatever. And if they don't listen, I mean, if the new supporter has their mind made up to support me and say I ain't gonna let nobody turn me against you, because even Miss Vicky lied and said that she'd never cave in. Mr. Rodney lied and said he would never cave in. A lot of other people had lied and said that they will always support me and that they will never cave in, and they caved in faster than they could utter those words. Miss Vicky, as much as she thinks she could be a tough bully, but she was scared. I mean, she had to have been scared, frightened. They must have frightened her, and I'm like, um, and it's like people are afraid of fake Darnisha, fake Darnell. People are afraid of him, or people are afraid of my twin sister. That they will cave into their demands or cave into their threats. Like if I keep warning everyone that if anything happens where I lose my life, of course, fake Darnisha um will be the mastermind, but also my twin sister would need to be investigated too because she's trying to blood sacrifice me. How are you sorry 1 minute? Like my twin sister made a fake video talking about forgiveness almost like a little over a week ago. I didn't watch the video, but I saw the title of the video and that the video exists. But then she's digging up the past about me and spreading a bunch of lies. And there's another thing or two that my twin sister lied about. Um, that really upset me that I don't remember. Um, but my twin sister is being extra immature and messy right now. You don't see me laughing about this and mocking and making fun, and it's like she rubbing in my face about perping me and mocking me, and at the same time lying and saying that I'm not being targeted while she herself is targeting me. The whole cult is lying and saying Candy's not targeted. She's crazy and she's the one who's the perpetrator who harasses people out in public. And I don't. I'm defending myself against random people just fucking with me, triggering and antagonizing and provoking me, like they do a lot of us targets. And I'm glad we targets are speaking out against these atrocities. So yeah, they would brainwash that person to turn against me, and if they can't succeed, then if they can't succeed at getting that person to go against me, they will attack and devour and make and threaten that person's life and livelihood and job and everything, and threaten your home, threaten your pets, and threaten your car, threaten this, threaten your finances, and everything to destroy you because you're nice to me. And the stalkers in their bizarre false rumors and lies and smear campaigns, they trying to falsely make it like as if I'm living this grandiose and expensive life off of other people's hard-earned money, and that's not even the case. Like they expect me to sleep on the ground and eat out of garbage cans, and they want to talk about me being so fat and everything, but they're not talking about my twin sister being fat And she's hypocritically calling me fat and greedy. And then she can do memberships. And it's like, I'm surprised about how many people I only have one member right now. One. But she got a lot of people that got fake memberships and supporting her and her fake cooking videos and stuff. And it's okay for her to have a monetized channel and do this and do that, but excuse me, the, the stalking cult does not want me alive, including my twin sister. They do not want me alive, and she trying to blood sacrifice me. So then, after they get that person to start believing their lies and stuff, then that person's in their good graces to protect their own lives from being destroyed or to protect them from being targeted. Like, how could you join the organization or the cult of people that's threatening your life if you don't cave in and join? And that's why they're attacking me, because I won't cave in and join, and I won't be evil. I refuse to be evil, and I refuse to be a gang stalker, and I refuse to be a prostitute or whatever else. I refuse to sell out, and that is the reason why I'm still poor and homeless. And for me, as I said, for me to earn my own money, if I was working at if I was working at Dollar, I mean, even if I had a job at Family Dollar or something like that, um, the stalker says scam and fraud, because if they ain't trafficking me, I mean, if they're not getting, if it's not sex work or prostitution, or if it's not gang stalking, if I'm not participating in sex work or gang stalking, then any real job I get, is scam and fraud. And then, they insult me talking about my third grade writing, or when I try to retrain myself how to cook. I tried to, because of me being homeless for so long, and then I finally got access to be able to cook again, and I was trying to practice, and they insulted me. Like, when I was trying to practice and relearn again how to cook, and then it didn't take me very long to master it, and my food was tasting good, at least to me. It tasted really good, and I tried to practice to eat healthier when I had a place. But me being homeless, I'm in survival mode, and if I got no choice but to eat fast food sometimes, and which I hate it. I was like, and I even say, well, I don't want to eat any burger, you know, me being scared for my own health. And then the stalkers been like, well, Candy hates hamburgers. I like burgers all my life. I just didn't want to eat any that night, because I felt like, I didn't want to be eating unhealthy every day, you know. And the stalkers, they want they are not shy about how they want me dead. So, you know, they attack all my supporters and threaten them. They threatened Mr. Rodney, and now they got Mr. Rodney spreading a bunch of lies about me. That Rodney Taylor. So I'm just gonna I came, I had to take an Uber because it was raining. You know, take an Uber from the library to over here. It was raining, and you know, and then I came here. I took a shower. I'm sorry for TMI, but you stalkers got me forced homeless. So I'm gonna tell TMI. My menstruation started, and my stomach is kind of cramping. So, and it's like me having two menstruations in the month of May, two menstrual periods in the month of May. You know, so I had to set aside. Of course, I have not paid yet But I set aside some money because I don't know how much a notary would cost. So I set aside some of my own money for a notary to see about how to get the paper, the library letter saying that I'm allowed to be at the library, because I have to be forced to go to court on both June 25th and also that was from January, and then also August 11th. I have another court date for that other arrest. And the stalkers were bragging about, yeah, we're gonna get you arrested and we're gonna have you thrown in jail before your next court date. And they followed through with their threats. They're trying to murder me, and I'm not crazy. I'm not delusional. You know, and so I so I I set aside money for later. Um, I also set aside some money for the my phone bill and the bus passes. You know, I set aside money for that. Um, I don't know if this month if I would use the bus passes or if I should just pay per ride. Um, since I don't know how I ended up not paying for the bus passes until May 10th. So I didn't want my. I guess I wanted to make like a different cycle or something. Um, and and put it back on track. Excuse me. But some days when I'm in the hotel, I don't ride the bus at all, and I just resting. You know, it's not about me being lazy, but me being tired and resting my body after being on the streets for so many days. And then the moment I get a night or two of in the hotel and try to get rest, the stalkers be like, she's lazy and lay on her ass and just order DoorDash or Uber Eats all the time or whatever. And that's not the case, you know. So yeah, I like excuse me. The Uber driver was pretty rude to me when I asked one question. He was pretty rude to me, and then the front desk agent was kind of rude too. And it's like, well, what's up today? All these men being rude to me or guys being rude to me, treating me mean, you know, today. Um, so, but I got in here and I took my shower and I took a shower and I try to see what to get, and I had this snack where it was like some kind of caramel popcorn, and they said it tasted good microwave. Well, I didn't like the texture, but the flavor was so good, and that was like a snack around. It was after I got in here, so it was almost 4 o'clock, and and then I had was looking around and I was too tired and too sleepy, so I don't remember if it was before or after five o'clock or 5:30. I dozed off. Oh, it was probably almost six. No, it was about 6 o'clock. I dozed off and fell asleep, and then I woke up. It was 11:52 at night, and I had to use the bathroom. And then and the stalkers are still saying, making slanderous comments. They have the intent to try to turn Mickey Michelle against me, and because she said that she didn't believe them and defending me, they're attacking and cyber assaulting and abusing her too. It's like, well, they appear to know more about her life than I know more about. I mean, they know. How do they know more about her life than I do? Or they talk like they know about her life more than I do. But um, excuse me, but I'm sitting here feeling wounded behind their abuse and attacks towards me, and they're desperate enough that they're leaving hundreds of freaking fake comments full of lies, you know, and they pretend to be self-righteous and like they think they're superior, like they think they're better, and then they reverse it on me and lie and say that I think I'm better, I think I'm superior, you know. So I did not get to have like a full lunch, and I didn't get to have dinner either. Are you stalkers fucking satisfied? So I had a decent and normal breakfast, and I just had that little snack, the popcorn snack, and nothing else. And so I went to sleep, and they have breakfast here. Thank God they have breakfast, and so I have reserved 3 nights with my own social security check. I already explained that I didn't know it was gonna come then because I thought it was gonna come Sunday or Monday. So I didn't know it was coming, Friday. So um, you won't see me asking for help with hotel for like a couple of days. And the stalkers falsely accused me of lying about hotel room deposits. They lied and said that I was caught in lies about hotel deposit. And I never lied about hotel deposits. I never lied about anything about the hotel experiences. So, because they like, well, they have certain hotels that, it depends though. Um, Certain hotels that will refund you your deposit like 20 or 30 minutes after you check out, or sometimes you gotta wait days. It depends. So thankfully, this hotel, I did not have to pay a deposit, and this is my first time here. So um, yeah, it's my very first time here, and I'm surprised about how nice the room is too, and it's under $100 on a Friday. So I was surprised to find this room, being under $100 on a Friday. You know, so I got 3 nights, and keep me in your prayers. I'm trying to fight to stay strong and not give up because with the stalking and harassment, attacks and threats, and even though what they're saying is lies and false, it still hurts. It's like people say the truth hurts, but lies hurt too. Lies hurt too. So, lies can be very destructive. In the Bible itself, you know, will, will reveal that. So, um, excuse me. So today being Saturday, um, well, I think I'm in an area where the bus where the bus line won't run on Sundays, but I could be wrong. I need to check. Um, so I made sure I had enough hotel until Monday. So I think I'm in an area where the bus won't run in this area on Sunday, and then so it being Saturday, um, I got toiletries and stuff. Like like my menstruation just started. I think I'm using my last. I don't use menstrual pads. I use bladder pads because because they're bigger. They're bigger and more absorbent. And I have not. I mean, I ever since 2005, before Hurricane Katrina, I have been using bladder pads, and that was before I started having bladder issues due to the direct energy weapons and stuff. I started buying them for menstruating because they're much bigger and they're cheaper. Wait a minute. No, I think the maxi pads are cheaper, but no, they're bigger and more absorbent. You know, so it's not supposed to rain this weekend, but I gotta double check. But I I, I but it's like I gotta yeah, I need to buy myself. I got the money to buy myself some more bladder pads and a lot of just. I mean, I need to buy myself like more toiletries. I need more trash bags. I need this. I need that. So a lot of things that I need. Um, that it's like to get it delivered by DoorDash is cheaper than taking an Uber ride over there to the store. You know, wherever I need. You know, so I don't know what my physical inner. I don't know how much more sleep I'm gonna get tonight or later. And this morning is 1:31 a.m. in the morning. Um, it's 1:31 in the morning, and I don't know how much more sleep I'm gonna get. I gotta pee again. I don't know how much more sleep I'm gonna get, and and I don't know what my physical energy levels will be like. I don't know what my pain levels will be like. Um, so excuse me. I made it a point to get myself more, some of my supplements. I got me. Well, I didn't get it, but I ordered. So excuse me. I ordered my supplements, and yeah. So and I'm I have, as I said, some of my supplements I have not been able to afford. I have not been able to use. But see, if I didn't have to deal with this fake notary stuff and the court and jail situation, I probably could have been able to get like 5 or 6 nights in the 5 or 6 nights in the hotel rather than 3 with my own money, you know. But because y'all stalkers, prank called and lied and think it's funny, and fake Darnisha, fake Darnell, he admitted that he lied, and the fake public offender, I showed proof of that, and he still will not take that into consideration, and he keeps saying that doesn't matter, and it's exhausting. And then they're trying to make a fake case with you know excuse me, they're trying to make a fake case with trying to declare me too mentally incompetent to stand trial, and so that they can have me wrongfully thrown in jail. And this is trafficking, for them to use mental health, the fake mental health system, to illegally steal my rights. And I don't have many people to back me up or advocate for me, you know. So if I'm well rested enough, um, I don't know if I could put together an ebook to put out to publish, or just do more writing, or because as I said, I feel like distracted, and like I can't even think properly. I can't even work on my writing goals because I have false criminal charges to fight, and I can't even get my writing goals completed or accomplished. They're trying to destroy my life, and those false criminal charges need to be dropped, or the corrupt judges and prosecutors, fake public offenders, they're the ones who need to go to prison for corruption and ruining an innocent person's life. And the way that people work so desperately to make you look bad after they sold their soul to the devil, and they think that they can try to tell people, try to make it like Candy's not a good Christian and this and that. Well, you're a whole devil worshiper. You are committed to the devil, doing the devil's work. you know and so I'm just gonna get off here now and try to I have to use the bathroom, and I'm gonna try to get me some more sleep. Now it's 1:35 a.m. in the morning. But I might just do more YouTube videos. Um and I know that I won't earn as much. I don't I'm not gonna, I mean, like, I'm not gonna make any promises, but I'll just say that I don't know yet if I will live stream today or not, or if I should just do regular videos. But I'm gonna get off here. I love y'all, my supportive people, and I support y'all too. And I don't have any solutions, but if y'all got issues, or you know, I'm here to listen, even though I don't have a solution on advice. But my heart goes out to y'all, whatever y'all going through, or whatever y'all struggles are, and y'all in my prayers as well. So goodbye, good night.